Going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everybody who support the platform. Much love, much love. Salute to everybody in the building. If you are here and you can hear me clearly, please put a number one in the chat. Please put a number one in the chat. Let me know if y'all could hear me clearly. Let me know if y'all could hear me clearly, family, before we start today's show. Need to know if y'all could hear me clearly. Let's see if y'all could hear me clearly. Okay. Awesome. Also, if you're here, do me a favor. You're in the chat room. Please answer the poll. Answer the poll. Do me a favor and answer the poll. Shout out to everybody in the building. Of course, welcome back to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm your host, DS1 Ross, of course. I appreciate all the love and the support. I'm going to give some shout outs real quick before we start today's show. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that share button. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that share button. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that share button, y'all. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the sponsors, Alpha Juice Co. Shout out to the sponsors, Alpha Juices. Make sure y'all go and get y'all Alpha Juices. Y'all can do that by clicking the link down in the description box, or you can click the link in the pinned comment section and use the promo code DS1Ross at your checkout. So shout out to everybody in the building. Let's see who's here. Let's see who's up in the building before we start today's show. But make sure y'all share today's show, y'all. Make sure y'all share today's show. Make sure y'all share today's show. Let's see who's up in here. Shout out to you, Miss Angie. Good to see you. Salute to Miss Angie B. Always coming through and holding down the chat for a brother. Shout out to you, Miss Angie. Shout out to the OG Mace on the check-in. Salute to you. Salute to my brother, Mr. Sutton, on the check-in. Salute. Shout out to Miss Queena on the check-in. Salute to you. Always coming through and holding down the chat as well. I appreciate you. Shout out to you, Miss Queena. Shout out to Joe Farrell in the building. Salute. Yes, sir. Agency, my brother. Salute to you. Shout out to Miss Lynette on the check-in. What's going on, Lynette? Good to see you. Shout out to you, Miss Raven. Good to see you, love. Shout out to you. Shout out to Charles Ramsey on the check-in. Junior Ali on the check-in. Salute, my brother. Peace to you. Mark Milliner, what's going on, bro? What's good? Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody that's in the clouds. Like I said, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that share button. We're going to get into today's show. Y'all see today's show. This is why I said answer the poll as well. Can we take an economic stand with Kyrie and Ye? Can we take an economic stand? Can we? So make sure y'all answer that poll. Y'all give me 1 second. I'll be right back. So make sure y'all answer that poll, y'all. Make sure y'all answer the poll. Okay. We back. Shout out to everybody. Make sure y'all answered the poll. Let's see if y'all answered the poll. Okay, we got 19 votes. Okay. For the most part, most of y'all voted. If you haven't voted, do me a favor and vote. But the poll says, can you stop buying Nike and Adidas in support of Kyrie and Kanye? So far, 79% of y'all said yes. 11% said no, 5% said maybe, and 5% said hell no. And I asked this question because it's based on today's show. Can we take an economic stand with Kyrie and Ye? And the reason why I'm doing this show is because salute to all the visionaries. Shout out to everyone who supports the channel. And ever since I've been speaking on these situations that's going on with our brothers, a lot of y'all been hitting me up in the comments, and a lot of y'all have been saying, not only should we speak up in defense for Kyrie and Ye, but we need to push back financially. I've saw a lot of those comments that we need to push back financially, economically, we need to push back as well. So do y'all agree with that? I want to know if y'all agree with that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. That's why I'm doing this show today, because today's conversation is a real conversation. We always have real conversations over here, but today we have to really be candid about this, because when it comes to Black people's money, this is where shit get real sensitive. And we just got to be honest. Things get real sensitive when we start talking about money. You see, when we start talking about how people spend their money, where they spend their money, why should they spend their money here? Why shouldn't they spend their money here? Things usually go bad. Mark Milliner says, hell no, I don't agree. You see, this is why I want to do today's show, because as I said, a lot of y'all got in the comment section and y'all said that we should take a stand with Kyrie and Ye financially, economically. But I know that for the most part, a lot of us thinks or feels that we should be able to do what we want to do with our money. You see? And I'm not in a disagreement with that. At the end of the day, I'm not telling people where to spend their money or what to do with their money. I'm not telling anybody what to do at all. My thing is this. And when it has to do with money, speaking up, whatever, just understand either you're part of the problem or you're part of the solution. So no matter how you answered the poll, if you answered the poll, you know, it wasn't a trick question. It wasn't none of that. But just understand, either you're part of the problem or you're part of the solution. So when you're making your decision, understand that and just be able to live with it. Because as I spoke on yesterday's show, make sure y'all go and check out yesterday's show if y'all missed yesterday's show. As I was saying, there's going to be a lot of us, 20, 30 years from now, when our grandchildren are growing up, and we're going to be the kind of people that we saw when we were growing up. A lot of us are going to be those same people, those people that's sitting outside complaining about how messed up the world is and how we don't have no help and how nobody cares about us. You see? And we have to understand that when we see those types of people, these are people who were part of the problem, who decided to not be a part of the solution because of their own selfish reasons. And now that they're older, right? And they see that life hasn't awarded them the things that they would by being selfish. So now they want somebody else to come and help fix the world so they could feel good about it. And if you're listening to Sheep Stay Sleep TV, this is what we advise you not to do over here. Don't be those people. This is why the channel was called Sheep Stay Sleep TV. If you're sheep, if you're going to be a part of the problem, stay sleep. Don't worry about the issues at hand. Don't worry about nothing. Just get it how you live, and you make it how you make it. And when you die, you die. That's it. Just understand that. No matter how you answer the question, that's how it's going to be at the end of the day. Drake West, what's going on, Drake West? Drake West says the money is the key. Okay. You must be new here, Drake West. Go back into the archive and catch the other day's show. Shout out to the Black Man's Heart podcast. Salute, my brother. Good to see you, bro. Harvest Elements says, I'm already on code with my bros. That's what's up. Salute. Salute. So today's show, can we take an economic stand with Kyrie and Ye? Hey, Tanisha, good to see you. Can we? First question. If we're going to take an economic stand with Kyrie and Ye, right? If we're going to boycott these companies such as Nike and Adidas, right? The apparel that Black men love to wear. We love to wear this apparel. Right? See, we just have to be honest. There's going to have to take a level of what? Not only a level of sacrifice, but your perspective on what you wear and how people see you based on the clothes you wear has to change. And this is why I said this is going to be a serious conversation, because this is something that a lot of us brothers are going to have trouble with, and we have trouble with it, period. Wearing name brand clothes is a psychological thing for us. It is. We just got to be honest. Y'all sound off in the chat room and y'all let me know. Is black men wearing name brand clothes, not high designer or high fashion. I'm just talking about name brand clothes, Nike, Adidas, Puma, all of these things, right? This is a psychological thing for us. Y'all let me know. And I'm saying this because we've heard the countless stories of black men who spoke on how they were teased in school because of their sneakers. because they didn't have these sneakers. Because these sneakers, the sneakers they had were dirty. They weren't up to date. They weren't up to par. See, today we're gonna go there, y'all. Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button there. Y'all make sure y'all share today's show. Y'all make sure y'all share today's show. Because we gotta have this conversation as men. Because if we're talking about taking an economic stand or boycotting certain brands, you have to understand how brand recognition is created. You see? This is where you get into labels and symbolism. And you get into symbol magic. And why they constantly replay certain commercials from certain corporations. And this is how they got us psychologically trained in the Black community to like McDonald's, to like Burger King, to like Nike, to like Adidas, to like Tommy Hilfiger, to like Guess. See? I grew up in the 90s. In the 90s, when I was in elementary school and in junior high school, you had to wear Tommy Hilfiger. You had to wear Guess. You had to wear DKNY. You had to wear Nautica. Y'all let me know. Sound off in the chat room. Y'all let me know. Don't be quiet in the chat room. Don't just sit here and look at me. You know, I know it's big man season, but don't just sit here and look at me, y'all. Y'all sound off in the chat room. Sound off in the chat room. Don't just sit here and look at me. Sound off in the chat room. Y'all let me know. Let me know. We have been psychologically conditioned to wear this stuff. It's bigger than just us being able to afford it. Tanisha says, sometimes I get sick of our people always complaining on social media, but when it's time to take action, nobody shows up to support our own people. True. Mark says, how do you take a stand for men and you don't know their philosophical and ideological position? You think Kanye and Kyrie are going to sacrifice their class to come join Black struggling masses? I don't know if you paying attention, Mark, but these guys are losing a lot of money. So I don't know if you paying attention, but you need to pay attention, bro. Because it sounds like you kind of lost. Mark says, I will boycott Nike if the Black community decided to boycott Nike, but not for Kanye or Kyrie. Oh, okay. Are you Black, Mark Milliner? Are you Black? Because if you're going to do it for the Black community, but not do it for those two Black men, what's the difference? What's the difference? Shout out to my brother, the Book of Ronan. He says cross colors, Carl Kana, Jinko, Fila, British Knights, Converse. Charles Ramsey says, I used to wear South Pole. There's no direction that I'm not leading us in any direction right now, Drake West. Right now, we're just having a conversation. And I'm asking simple questions based on factual information. Us as black men in particular are sold on brands, on name brands. So I had a lot of comments saying that we need to take a stand economically and boycott these corporations who are trying to get rid of our brothers. So I'm asking today, can we take that economic stand? Can we boycott Nike? It's a question. It's a question. Can we boycott Nike? Can we boycott Adidas? Can we do it? It's a question. It's a conversation. Raven says, if you weren't wearing all of that white man's clothing, the clothing line, that meant you were less than, and we were immediately classified as lame. Facts. Facts. This is exactly why we're so hell bent on wearing it, because it gave us validity in the black community. If you grew up in the hood, especially in the 90s, and you was wearing Tommy Hilfiger, it looked like you had money. Nobody cracked jokes on you. You wore DKNY. You wore Nautica. You wore this type of stuff. Come on. Black Man's Heart Podcast says we don't need to finance our own humiliation no more, neither in fashion, sports, or media. That's a great point, bro. That's a great point. That is a great point. This is why I'm asking this question today. And it seems like a lot of y'all don't want to have this conversation. This is the problem with black people. We do not want to have serious conversations. We want to play fucking games all day. This is what we want to do. We want to sit around and be hoot nannies. Talk a bunch of hoopla all goddamn day. This is what we like to do. But then we complain about politicians. Oh, black people, we don't have no politicians. But what do we sit around and talk about? Politics are nothing but the political affairs of a group of people. That's all politics are. But when it's time for us to talk about our politics, we sitting back being quiet. See? And y'all always talk about what when it comes to politics? Money, economics, right? But we talking about the money now. And we talking about what black people put their money into. This is when niggas get quiet. This is when niggas get quiet. This is when niggas get snarky. You know, they start sucking their teeth. They got an attitude all of a sudden. They start thinking you're judging them. See, no other group of people think or act like that about money but black folks. See, when white people start talking about money, nobody start doing this. Oh, man. Man, what they talking about? You don't see that at white seminars where they talk about money. You don't see that. You don't see nobody jumping out their seat making a scene. You don't see that. You don't see that with black people. When you start asking black people where they putting their money at, now it's mind your business. Now it's mind your business. See that? See, you see the problem here? This is why I say we got to heal before we build. See why I always said that? Because soon as we start talking about money, niggas get quiet. Niggas don't want to talk. Niggas catch attitudes. Oh, where you going with this? See this? See, we don't want to have a real conversation. We don't want to talk about politics because politics is all about money, right? But you niggas don't like to talk about no money because when we start talking about what black people spend their money on, what black people are psychologically programmed to do with their money, now we ain't got nothing to say. Now somebody being judgmental. No, we having a conversation. I'm sitting here with a Nike shirt on. How the fuck am I being judgmental? I'm sitting here with a Nike shirt on and an NBA hat. But you in your feelings. About what? Having a conversation? This is what we supposed to do. This is how we iron out our own problems. But see, this is why we need daddy government. It's the government. It's the government. This is why we need the government. Because we can't iron out our own affairs. Because when we start talking about them, oh, who this nigga think he is? This how black people act. This how we start acting. So guess who got to come in and help? Daddy government. Okay, since y'all don't know how to act and talk amongst each other, this is what we're going to do, niggas. I'm going to put y'all over here. I'm going to put y'all over here, here, and get out my face. That's what happens. Because we can't iron out our own problems because we too uncivilized. We too savage. We don't have no patience with each other. We don't have no discipline. We don't have no discipline. We don't know how to take the chip off our shoulders when dealing with one another. We don't know how to do that. We don't know how to do that. This is why we cannot govern ourselves with all that self-governing bullshit we like to talk. This is why we can't do it. Because we can't even have a conversation. We can't have a serious conversation. But we start to talk about self-governing and I don't need to have a driver's license and all this other shit. Like, what are we doing here? We don't even know how to sit down and have a conversation. We don't even know how to not have a fight at the goddamn family reunion. But we talk about self-government? How? See, how could we take an economic stand with our fellow brothers if we're psychologically conditioned to be against one another? If we're psychologically conditioned to support the oppressor over your brother? You see? If the first thing in your mind is to choose business over your brother, you have been psychologically conditioned to go against yourself. Because that same money that you take to go against your brother is the same money that you use to destroy yourself. But you just don't see that. You just don't see that because you don't know how the psyche works. You see? You don't understand when Malcolm told us we've been hoodwinked and bamboozled and led astray. You don't understand what he meant when he said that. He was talking about our psyches. Our psyches has been tricked for us to go against each other. You see? And we find any way to do it because we've been psychologically conditioned to do it. We've been psychologically conditioned to believe that if we live next to black people, we're broke, we're poor. This is what we were psychologically conditioned to think. The closer you are to niggas, the more fucked up you are in life. This is why it's so easy for y'all to say, fuck Kyrie, fuck Kanye. This is why it's so easy. Because you've been psychologically conditioned to do so. And you don't even see it. It's on autopilot. They're called automatons. Yeah, y'all like to talk about AI and, automation and all of that. Yeah. The programming, the slavery is on automation in the black man's head. It's on automation. This is why it's going to be hard for us to stop wearing Nikes. Because we're not going to go wear masterpiece sneakers. Because what do we look like wearing Master P sneakers? Who's Master P? He not an NBA player. Who's Master P? He not Little Baby. Who's Master P? He's not Jay-Z. So why would we wear his sneakers? So what if he's another black man? See how we're conditioned to think? We're conditioned to think that once we get some acceptance from the system, that's when our people become valid to us. That's when our accomplishments become valid to us, when they validate it. Oh, you got a degree? Okay, then you are intelligent. You see? Oh, you got money? So I could listen to you about money, even though you could be the worst with money. But we've been psychologically trained to think if we see somebody with money, that they know what to do with money. You see that? And this is what we're not paying attention to. Shout out to the underrated darkness in the building. Salute, my brother. Eye of Thunder, salute. What's good, Seven Holiday? What's good, Bob? What's going on, Bob? Big facts in the building. You see? We don't see this. This is why I asked the question, can we take an economic stand? It's a question. Because I know it's going to be difficult. See, we like to make the conversation and the topic about money, but that's the last thing black people want to talk about is their goddamn money. That's the last thing we want to talk about and what we doing with it. We hide what we do with our goddamn money from the IRS. So why would we tell other black folks? Come on, we're going to have a real conversation today. Y'all hit the like button and share the show. We're going to have a real conversation today. Since y'all like always talking about money, let's have a real conversation today. Let's have a real life conversation today. Let's do it. Stingray Cool, salute. Mark says, if you remove all the Jews from the top positions in music and replace them with Jay-Z, Kanye, Dr. Dre, Puff Daddy, you think the oppression of black artists will stop? I doubt it. No, it's bigger than that, bro. It's bigger than the rap game. It's bigger than the rap game. And we already know that a lot of those people you named are puppets. So that's not what we're talking about. All right, wrong direction. You're going the wrong way, bro. You might have to make a U-turn. Going the wrong way. Appreciate that, underrated. Appreciate that. Make sure y'all hit the like button and share the show. But see, this is why I asked this question. You see? Because in the past, history shows black people taking an economic stand. This is how we had thriving black communities in North Carolina, in South Carolina, in Georgia, all throughout the South. We had this because black people did take an economic stand. So it's not like it cannot be done. It's not like it cannot be done. It's already been done already. It's been proven. Black people already showed that we can do it. So we can't say, oh, it's impossible. That's a lie. It already didn't happen. It already didn't happen. So the question is can we do it? With the level of mental slavery that we're under and have been under, can we do it again? Can we do it again? I believe we could, but we have to heal before we build. We have to be able to sit down comfortably with each other and talk about money. How we going to do that? When we all feel some type of way about money. We all got traumas dealing with money as black folk. We black people. We all got traumas dealing with money. Whether you got robbed before, all types of shit. You could have been dealing with favoritism, where somebody was getting more than the other. Come on, let's talk about it. Let's have the conversation. Let's talk about why we can't comfortably talk about money with each other. Why? Especially black men. You know why? Because we ashamed. And you know why we ashamed? Because we have no representation. Because we have the highest incarceration rates. Because we have what? The persistent barriers to wealth. This is why black men don't like to talk about money. Niggas like to floss money, but niggas don't like to talk about it. Niggas don't like to talk about what's on paper, but they'll floss their money all day on a computer and call you broke and do all that shit. But they ain't gonna get up there and talk about what they own and what they don't own. They ain't gonna get up there and start doing that shit, because then it's gonna show that the majority of us as black men are on the same goddamn level. So all that flexing and capping need to stop. Because when it come down to the come down, nigga, you got $2 over lunch money. That's all. That's all. You see? And then let's not even get to the support factor. Do black men have enough money to take an economic stand against these companies? I know if we was to stop supporting them, we'll have a lot more money. But or are we going to take that money and support black brands? Like I said, who gonna wear Masterpiece sneakers? Who gonna wear the Little Romeos? Let's just be honest. Let's have a real conversation, brothers. Are you gonna wear the Little Romeos? Huh? Are you gonna wear the Little Romeos? Are you? Let's be real. What's up, Sexy Red? Let's be real. Huh? Or you gonna wear the new Kyries? Can you bring your teenage son home the Masterpiece? He might want to kill you. You put them shits in his room. Let's just be honest. Let's be honest. No, exactly, Bob. Hell no. Hell no. These young boys today, they don't even really want to wear Adidas like that, unless it's by a top NBA guy and they playing ball in them. But where do they get that from? They get that from us. They get that from us. Let's just be real. So can we actually do this? Can we do this and walk around with some off-brand joints? You might be in a restaurant and a woman might be like, "Yo, what's those?" You might not even want to answer her because those the Masterpiece. Just be honest. Let's just be honest. Let's see what y'all got to say in the chat room. Raven says boycotts and getting our own worked because principles in spirit were placed at the foresight and not money. Right. Right. Not money and fame and notoriety. Right. Charles Ramsey says, I know I'm working right now and I know this shit got me broke also. I ain't even making 35,000 a year. I had Thunder says Shaq also came out with his own brand and made it affordable to low income families. Yeah, he did. He did. He sure did. His sneakers is in Walmart. Are y'all gonna wear the Shaqs? I forgot about that. Shaq got his own brand. It's in Walmart. Forgot about that. I Thunder. I appreciate that. He do. And they are affordable, especially to single mothers. Shaq specifically said that. He said he made his sneakers that low so single mothers with a bunch of children, especially boys, could afford some new sneakers. That's true. You gonna send your son to school with the Shaqs on? Mr. Sutton says, DS1, you know brothers ain't wearing the little Romeos. That's a negative, Captain. Come on, bro. I know. But this is a conversation that need to be had, though. This is a conversation that needs to be had because we're just talking about low. We're talking about low end brands right now. I can't even say low end brands. I'm gonna say urban brands. We're not even talking about the high level boutique fashion. We're not even talking about Gucci, Louis, and Dior, and we're not even talking about that today. We're not even talking about that. We're not even talking about that. What's good, boot camp? We're not even talking about that. Because if you really think about it, the urban everyday brands get more money from us than Gucci and Louis. They get more money from us. Even though their clothes are more expensive, we still buy more Jordans. We still buy more Nikes. We still buy more of those brands because we consume those brands more. So my question is yeah, Marbury too. Marbury too. Yep. Yep. Marbury had his own cheap sneaker as well. And let me say this too. Let me go ahead and say this too. Because I know we've been making fun of masterpiece sneakers and all of that. And what I found out is his shoes that he get made, because right now he's making like his own designer shoe because he want black men to stop going to Louis and Gucci and all of that. So he made his own like designer shoe, him and Romeo. And what I found out was his shoe is made in the same factories, and the material that is used is the same material that Gucci uses, that Louis uses, and they use the same manufacturers. So do you think that may give us an incentive to spend more money with our own brothers if we found out that they use the same material? Because what are you actually paying for when you buying Gucci and Louis? What are you paying for? You paying for the material. You paying for the material, and then you're paying for the prestige that's behind the name. That's all you're doing. It's a Louis belt. It's just the name Louis Vuitton has prestige behind it. And then Louis Vuitton has a certain level of quality. So this is what you're paying for. But what if you found out that our brothers are going to these same people and getting their stuff made? Will that tempt us to shop with them more? Just be honest. Will that tempt us to shop with them more? Drake West says marketing. Yes. Yes. But it's not just the marketing, because let's think about this. And this is what Kanye was saying in the beginning. He was trying to say that he needed the backing to prove to us that his product was worthy. Now, can you blame him for that? Can you blame him for that? Because what he said was true for the most part. Y'all wouldn't have bought Yeezys and all of the things that he created if y'all didn't know that he had some prestige behind his brand. What was that prestige? That prestige was Adidas. That prestige was Def Jam, him being a rapper. You see, so all of that ties into marketing and promotion as well, Drake West. See, now Kanye can come out and sell all of his shit on his own because now he has the prestige connected to his name. You see? But when he put the first Yeezy out, y'all wouldn't have brought him if he just said, yo, this is my new sneaker, y'all. Y'all go cop it off my website, www.kanyewest.com. Y'all wouldn't have went and bought that shit. Because of what? Our psychological conditioning. You see? And psychologically, we don't see or we don't believe that black men name hold any weight if it's not validated by other men. Let me repeat that. Psychologically, we believe that our names don't hold any weight unless it is validated by other groups of men. So this is why Christian Dior is Christian Dior to black people. You see? Because that's Christian Dior. You see? Are y'all following me? But see, when you say, oh, that's Master P, it's like, oh, word, that's Master P. That's P. Miller Clothing. But then it's like, oh, word, that's P. Miller Clothing. But if you say, oh, that's Amiri. Oh, that's Amiri? Oh, that's they clothes? Oh, that's Balenciaga? Oh, that's their clothes? See? This is why I'm asking the question on today's show. Can we take an economic stand with Kyrie and Ye? Even with Nike and what they're doing to Kyrie and what Adidas have done to Ye? Can we economically fight back? Y'all been in the comment section saying that we should. But can we truly do this with our current psyche? Can we do this? And be effective? Not just try it, but do it and be effective. Dion Covington, salute, bro. Bob says facts. We need massa. Hey, man. Bootcamp says Nike is basically an everyday shoe, not that other shit. Right. Exactly. Exactly, Bootcamp. Mr. Sutton says it's not about the quality of the product. It is about the status of the brand. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Thank you. Which ties into what? Psyche. See, we already have it in our psyche that these people are superior to us. So whatever they put out is always going to have a higher status or a higher level of prestige than our shit, because that's how we think about our shit. That's how we think about our stuff. We treat our shit like it's secondhand, but we treat their shit like it's second nature. See, we treat their shit like it's second nature. We treat our stuff like it's secondhand. Like, oh, he just selling his little t-shirts. Oh, he trying to get his little brand off the ground. This is how they talk about black. This is how they talk about black brands. Oh, he trying to get his little brand off the ground. But they could take a little brand and tell you it's designer because it don't have no price tag on it, and tell you it's antique, and then have all of y'all wearing the shit throughout the whole summer, and then the next 2 years they bring out a whole clothing line. See, this is what these higher brands do, because they know that black folk are psychologically programmed to go against themselves. They know this already. It's on autopilot. It's on autopilot. Aya Thunder says, not enough of us know our people had advanced a lot of the world's infrastructure in tech. The white establishment had put out propaganda to validate it as their own. Yes, sir. And they've always done that. That is the power of negative media portrayal, which is one of the main things that black men suffer from. Aya Thunder. And that is exactly what they do. Raven says, yup, just like the white male teacher go up there and said to those young black boys that his race is superior. Exactly. And I'm gonna do a whole video on that, Raven. Thanks for reminding me. I appreciate that, because I gotta do a video about that, because I was sent that video. Matter of fact, you sent me that video. So yes, I got to do a whole separate video about that. But as y'all can see, they are still conditioning black boys that they are lesser than everybody else in society. This is why we value our stuff the way that we do. So, yeah, we're going to wear the Yeezys. Yeah, we're going to wear Adidas because, oh, Ye fuck with them. Yeah, you're going to wear it because Ye fuck with them. They fuck with Ye. See how this works? But when Ye start putting his own shit out again without them people, and it's still at a certain price, are we going to complain? Because I could see some of y'all saying right now, man, I ain't paying $600 for them shits. Those ain't even Adidas no more. I can hear some of y'all saying that. I can hear some of y'all saying that. Man, those ain't hot. Those could be fake. I can hear y'all saying that shit. This is how deep the programming is. I'm not even cracking a joke. This is how deep the programming is. I can hear some of y'all saying, because he doesn't have the Adidas stamp, y'all don't even want to wear his shit no more. Now his shit is too expensive. I can hear y'all doing this. I can see it. I'm just waiting to see the Facebook statuses. I'm just waiting to see the Instagram memes. Y'all know how y'all do. Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button and share the show. I can hear y'all now. Man, those ain't Yeezys. Huh? What are those? What are those? Because that's how much you think about the black man in terms of value and what we create. What are those? They Yeezys, nigga. What do you mean? Oh, they not Yeezys no more because Adidas said so. Oh, so that's why you supported the black man. You supported the black man because when he got Adidas to jump on board, that gave you the go ahead to say, okay, this black man is valid. His product is valid. See, we got to begin to break the programming. This is why I say we got to heal before we build. We got to break the programming. We have to break that programming that we think doesn't exist, but it does. It just changed form. It just changed form. That's all. But it's the same thing going on. Another example, Famous Amos cookies. Do y'all know Famous Amos? I'm a fat boy, so y'all know I love cookies. I've been taking it easy on the cookies though. But y'all know Famous Amos, right? Y'all sound off in the chat. Let me know if y'all know Famous Amos and what happened to Famous Amos cookies and how Famous Amos started. Y'all sound off in the chat room and let me know. If you're here, you didn't hit the like button, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share today's show. Hit that like button and share the show, y'all. Bootcamp says, I thought that was the point, to get your business, on an up and swing. I thought so too, Bootcamp. And Miss Angie says, love them. So do y'all remember the story behind Famous Amos and how he created those cookies and how a lot of black men back in those times, how we were easily convinced into selling off our inventions and the rights to them for a few dollars? Because of the psychological trauma that came behind being poor in America as being black. So anything that we created, we look to sell it off real quick because we think we could go and create something else. Y'all don't see that this is the same shit still happening? But then y'all like to say, oh, that was back then. That was back then. Yeah, because y'all not paying attention. It's still happening right now. Y'all don't see it? Y'all don't see how they're trying to lowball Jay-Z for the rest of Duce? Y'all don't see that? Now Jay-Z's trying to get out of the liquor business. Why? Why? Now he's trying to get out of the liquor business. Why? Why is that? Oh, because that don't happen no more, right? See, that's what happened to Famous Amos. That's what happened. He sold his cookies and the recipe to his cookies for cheap. And now we still have Famous Amos cookies in 2022. When, if I'm not mistaken, Famous Amos cookies came out in the 20s. Let me Google this real quick. Let's Google Famous Amos cookies. while we live. Make sure y'all hit that like button too, y'all. Famous Amos cookies. It says Wally Amos parlayed his aunt's chocolate chip cookie recipe into a gourmet snack food juggernaut. This guy was born in 1936. Famous Amos. Yeah. We're still eating his cookies today. Do he own that? Of course not. Those headphones, that was the lick by that rapper who sold it. You talking about Beats by Dre? Mr. Sutton says they're no longer Yeezys because they no longer have Nazi branding. Talk about it. See, you dropping it today, bro. Shout out to Mr. Sutton in the building. You dropping it today. But see, they should still be considered Yeezys because who created them? But it goes back to what you said, Mr. Sutton, earlier in the chat room. You said that it is about the status of the brand. It's not about the quality or who actually made it. It's about the status of the brand. You see? So you've been dropping it today, bro. For sure. Oh, you talking about Beats by Dre, Eye of Thunder? Yeah, that was a lick. It was. Raven says they tried to do it to the super soaker too. The black man's invention. Man. Man. They you know why they do it to us too a lot, Raven, because they know that black men are more creative when we're at a level, when we're in survival mode. This is why they want to keep black men in a constant level of survival. Because when we're in a constant level of survival, we create masterpieces. Why do you think they call us diamonds in the rough? Some of our greatest things, no matter what we do, came at a time in our life where we was experiencing extreme trauma, extreme pain. This is why they always want black men to stay there, because this is where we created rap. This is where we created hip hop. Do you know the black man created the concept of basketball? Not the NBA, but the concept of basketball. Do you understand this? This is why they always want black men in a constant level of survival. Because this is when they could get us for the low. Remember, I did that show. They always looking to get a black man for the low. See, when we're at our lowest, they know we could get shit from us for the low. Oh, he created something I can make $1 million off of. He only want 15,000. I'm gonna make 25 million. All he wants is 15,000, Bob. Oh my God, he wants 15,000. We're gonna make 25 million off this guy. That's why they love us. That's why they love us. Oh, this is generational wealth. We're gonna sell cookies forever. This is why they always want black men, what? Traumatized. Because when we're traumatized, they can do what? Monetize. Monetize. Kanye said it. You heard when Ye said it. They traumatized and monetize. This is why they always want black men traumatized in a constant state of survival. Hey, Nadia, good to see you, sweetheart. I got the soap too. I love it. Smells awesome. I appreciate it. This is why. See, when a man's psyche is under constant distress, he doesn't know how to view money and the economy and economics in a certain way. We don't know how to look at this shit. We don't know what we looking at. This is why black men got to go and take financial courses. We got to go take financial literacy 101 and all of this type of stuff. Not just because they really don't have it in schools like that to teach us in high school and all of that type of stuff. Not just because of that, but because there's something called persistent barriers to wealth. And one of the ways that they keep us away from wealth is what? Poor educational support. See, if we teach y'all wrong, you'll never know what to do right. See, if we teach black men that rugged individualism wins the race, right? Then we can implement hate into the equation, because then we can say it's better for y'all to hate each other. That way somebody's a winner and somebody's a loser. You see? See how we've been hoodwinked and bamboozled? You see that? That's a bamboozle. Because when you knock me off thinking you gonna win, then you go to jail. So I'm dead, you go to jail. They get a 2-for-1. They win. We don't win. we don't win. You going to jail, buddy. Bye-bye. See you later. Good night. You see? So with this level of trauma, psychological trauma, how can we possibly economically boycott? How? It's going to be extremely difficult. Because guess what we're going to have to do? We're going to have to re-identify who we are here in America and what this government means to us. See, that's what we're going to have to do. And guess who's going to have to do that first? Black men. Guess who's going to have? Sorry, buddy, but we're going to have to do that. Us. Yep. We're going to have to sit down, because that's who runs governments. Men. So we're going to have to sit down, right? And figure out a plan on how we're going to recontextualize the black man's identity in America. Outside of a fraternity, and this is not me throwing no shots, but outside of a fraternity, outside of having a degree, outside of all of that, just being a man, a black man in society. We have to have it. We have to identify what that looks and sounds like. See? That's the only way we can have our children saying, okay, Dad, I don't have to wear Jordans. Okay, Dad, I don't like Nikes. I don't care if they make fun of me in school. You see, it's going to take a lot for that to change. And it's going to take the men. The men. Oh, yeah, us. Because we're the ones that got our sons liking Nikes. Because growing up, he saw us rocking Jordans. If they daddy wearing Jordans, he not going to wear Bobos. You see what I'm saying, fellas? Let's just be real now. Let's be real. Let's be real. Now, we can have the conversation about, what the women like and all of that. We can have that conversation, but we got to have the conversation first. You see? We have to. We have to. What's up, Sugar Bum? We have to. What's up, Mahogany? Good to see you. Raven says, yes, our men would greatly benefit from financial literacy, public speaking, and social skill development. Those are courses that are purposefully removed from public education. Facts. Facts. I know I had public speaking in high school. I know I did. And I actually like public speaking, as y'all can see. I like public speaking. So absolutely. Absolutely. So shout out to everybody. I appreciate y'all for tuning into today's show. I want y'all to get down in the comment section and let me know what y'all think. Let me know, can we take an economic stand? And be honest. You gonna stop wearing Nikes? Gonna stop wearing Adidas? We gonna stop wearing Guess and Tommy Hilfiger and all that type of stuff? Are we? We can't say there's not enough black brands. That's a lie. We can't say that no more. I don't want to hear, well, DS1, there's not enough black brands. Bullshit. Because we know that that's bullshit. There's plenty of black brands. Plenty. Especially after the pandemic. Oh, there's plenty of black brands you can buy from. You just got to go on Instagram. Yeah, there's plenty of black brands. So I don't want to hear it. You can buy sneakers. You can buy clothing. You can buy underwear. I don't want to hear it. There's no excuse. And if you choose not to, then we understand that it's up here, y'all. It's up here. And we all gotta work on this. Not just y'all that's listening. It's me too. I'm sitting here with a Nike shirt on. I don't know how I would feel if I didn't wear Jordans or Nikes. I don't know how I would feel personally myself. I don't know. I might feel awkward. Because I grew up in a time where you got clowned if you didn't have name brand. This is why I'm asking this question today. These are the conversations that needs to constantly be had. Straight up. Sugar Bum says, but I don't care about Kanye and Kyrie. Okay, cool. You don't have to. You do not have to, young lady. All right, Thunder says, continue to keep your health. Salute, my brother. I appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that, man. Yes, sir. Shout out to you, Queena. Thanks for tuning in. Shout out to everybody in the building. Salute to all the visionaries for coming through to today's show. I appreciate all the love and the support. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all share the show. If y'all enjoy the content here on this channel, go ahead and hit that join button. Hit that join button, join the channel, become a visionary. We definitely got more content coming for the members. Shout out to all the visionaries in the building. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to everyone, man. I'm gonna read a couple more of y'all comments. If y'all enjoyed today's show, Cash App $Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Cash App $Sheep Stay Sleep TV is where y'all can go for monetary support. I appreciate all of the love and the support. Shout out to the sponsors, Alpha G. Ladies, please keep it juicy. Please, like us fellas like it. You can do that by clicking the link down in the description box or in the pinned comment section and use the promo code DS1Ross at your checkout. Raven says, I'm happy wearing my minimal little hippie clothes. Don't need no more brands. I appreciate that, Mace. Shout out to the OG Mace, man. Sugar Bum says, I wouldn't do it in support of Kanye or the other guy. It would just be to support black business. Okay. Okay. Same thing, but okay. I Thunder says that's right about being a clown, because even my son will get it at school, he doesn't fit in. Yeah. And that's always been a big thing, man. So this is definitely a conversation that we need to continue, and we're going to continue it going into next week. We're going to expand the whole conversation of financially supporting Kyrie and basically getting into the politics of things. We need to talk about this more, man. So I appreciate everyone for tuning into today's show. If you hit the Cash App, it's very much appreciated. If you are listening to the playback, this is where you can leave a super thanks if you enjoyed today's show. Don't forget, get down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Also, follow me and my brother, the Book of Ronan podcast. Join FNP Nation. Click the link down in the description box and follow us on all of your audio platforms at Foundational Manhood Podcast. That's Foundational Manhood Podcast on all your audio platforms. Also, follow us, Foundational Manhood Podcast, right here on YouTube. Salute to everybody in the building once again. Thanks for coming through. Shout out to you, Toya. I see you in the building. Indo, shout out to you, Indo. I appreciate the support. Shout out to everybody in the building. Good to see you as always, Miss Raven. Good to see you. Shout out to Aya Thunder. Shout out to everybody. DS1 Ross, Sheep Stay Sleep TV, and I'm going to catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.